Good morning, Beanstalk. We're 1 week closer to Wells. I'm Beanthoven, here with your weekly call roundup. On Monday, Chris Blec of Blec Report hosted Publius on Twitter Spaces.
You know, it almost sounds like you're a proctologist, like you're coming to give a prostate exam to Beanstalk.
He had some probing questions about the Beanstalk core mechanism, the exploit, the current price of beans, and much more.
We are really grateful that you're willing to spend the time to get into the weeds. We love the public discussion and discourse. We want more people to ask the questions that are on your mind, because if they're on your mind, they're probably on other people's minds.
Yeah, sure. I don't know about the finger in the butt analogy, but yeah, I mean, I understand what you're saying.
It seems like he's taking a very deep look.
So that when this recording drops, you should go back and listen to it and you'll know what I'm talking about. You can hear the glove snapping at the beginning. You're like...
Also on Monday, Scribe held a Q&A with Publius and the dev team. They had questions about various Beanstalk mechanisms and the current state of the protocol to inform their ongoing marketing efforts.
One of the big things we found from talking to a bunch of people is that a lot of people are looking for more simple analogies for the way the protocol works. And so we're going to ask for like a lot of different ways that people analogize a lot of mechanisms and walk through, you know, post-exploit, like the unripe stuff and different frameworks we can use to better get an idea and then at the end better articulate exactly what's happening on the protocol.
On Wednesday, Scribe held their weekly marketing call.
I've been tasked to do from the DAO is, or from BF, is to do long-form content, social, PR, and BD. So we're going to run through each of those, and we're just going to, like every week, we're just going to give you updates on each of these kind of categories that we're working on.
They described the new Twitter strategy, talked PR, and potential partnerships.
I'd love if anybody had any ideas about different types of protocols or different maybe categories of protocols that we think could be great for either integrations or partnerships.
Also on Wednesday, Tendermint Timmy of Spark IBC held a Twitter Spaces with Publius.
Let's start at the highest level, sort of face value for people who aren't sure what Bean is. How would you pitch it or describe it?
Beanstalk is an open source
protocol that is deployed on the Ethereum network that is designed to issue in low volatility. Now, cryptocurrency in general.
Pubs preached the good word and took 2 hours of questions on all things Beanstalk. Thursday's DAO meeting was short and sweet, with Sweetredbeans filling in for Guy. Silo Chad sent along a dev update to be read.
The main focus for Chad and personally has been supporting Sifford and Halburn in their Wells audit. Additionally, prepping some of the Silo v3.1 updates to go to Halborn. I believe that's called the Mayflower update now. So specifically working on some documentation and some decisions on the ERC 1155 deposit representation. There's been some work merging Solidity branches from the last few months together. And then additionally, it looks like there have been several tweaks to Wells, and then the Beanstalk and Wells integration is in progress as well. There's been some work beginning on the Wells UI front, and then additionally, there's some research happening regarding some of the economics surrounding the Sunrise function.
On the design side, Sweetredbeans gave updates on the UI progress and mentioned a visual designer with the username Full of Beans who has been contracted to assist with the visual strategy of the Wells. Sync also spoke about his ongoing efforts to recover our stolen beans through BOP2 and how the events of the recent Euler exploit might give us some hope.
Yeah, as everybody's aware, Euler was exploited, unfortunately, recently within the last week. Very significant exploit. I think it's upwards of $200 million. Nevertheless, they've had a good chunk of the Ethereum and security community behind them, and thankfully, it looks like they're making some progress. Just a quick update. As of this weekend, the exploiter returned 3,000 ETH to them in 3 separate transactions of 1,000 ETH each. As of yesterday, I believe the exploiter sent an on-chain message to the Euler team with an email address. So it seems like they're going to hopefully work something out, but we'll just see how that progresses.
That's 1 more week in the books. Until next time, have a good one, farmers.
You can hear the glove snapping at the beginning. You're like...